Welcome back. A fantastic concert about to get underway at the TRU Alumni Theatre tomorrow night. It's the Sycamore String Quartet. Joining us on the show, we have Kathy Dockstetter sitting next to me, flutist. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And Svetozar Vutev, of course, violinist. Repeat performance yesterday, now to today. You've been on the show twice now in the last 2 days. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about this concert. Svetozar, perhaps you can tell us a little bit about the Sycamore String Quartet and what it's all about.
Yeah, and of course, string quartet, like every other string quartet, has 4 members. But we're going to have 2 other musicians in the show, Kathy Dockstetter on flute and Naomi Cloutier on piano. The members of the string quartet, the original members, are Martin Kratky, cello player, a principal, Kamloops Symphony Orchestra principal, Ashley Crosher, principal viola player of the Kamloops Symphony, Annette Dominic, principal second violin player, and myself, first violin concertmaster.
Beautiful. So what kind of music? Is this a light and airy flow feeling, or is there a variety of different type of music?
There are 3 different styles of music in this concert represented, starting with Leclerc, French Baroque composer, probably the greatest representative of the French Baroque. Flute concerto with strings and piano, followed by Amy Beach, early 20th century American composer, female composer, which is really unusual in our programs, and maybe Kathy will tell us more about that. And the last big work in the program is Johannes Brahms' Piano Quintet. It's a very large work for piano and string quartet. It's going to be in the second half of the concert.
Lovely. So you play the flute, and then Naomi will be on piano. You're accompanying the strings. Tell me a little bit about your role.
Well, the first piece is, as Svetozar mentioned, the Jean-Marie Leclerc Flute Concerto, which is actually a flute solo written for flute and orchestra, but we will be playing it with flute string quartet and Naomi playing the piano. The second piece in the first half of the program is the Amy Beach. And as Svetozar mentioned, she's an American composer who was born in 1867, the same year as Canadian Confederation, and she also would be celebrating her 150th birthday this year.
That's great.
She was a pianist, very prolific young child, but she later turned to composition because women of this era were not looked very kindly on as being performers on the stage. So this is where she turned to composition. And this particular piece is a theme and variations based on a theme of an Indian lullaby, which she wrote.
Beautiful. We have a little sneak preview of this performance. We're going to throw to that right now. Beautiful music. Svetozar, tell us a little bit about the composer.
The composer of this music is Johannes Brahms, one of the greatest German romantic composers of the 19th century. He was quite self-critical in terms of reviewing his compositions over and over, and he was famous with the fact that he destroyed actually many of his scores and before to allow himself to give anything to the publisher.
Right.
But the piece which have been published are so amazing, and there are 4 symphonies among them, and 2 piano concertos, and violin concerto, and many chamber works. So this is one of the most wonderful chamber works ever composed, and we are lucky to have the opportunity to perform it here.
And what we're looking there in the video, that was at the TRU Alumni Theater. That's where this concert is taking place. There are still tickets available, so we want to let people know. If you're interested in taking this in tomorrow night, it will absolutely be a beautiful evening of music. CountlessLive.ca gets underway at 7:30. I'd like to say thank you to the both of you for being here today.
Thank you, Susan.
All right. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, more Midday. Stay with us.